Hey there, it's Laura Joy. So, I wanted to go over today a little bit of how to budget a meal plan, because that's pretty complicated and I thought it would be helpful to learn it. Got to put my stuff on. Pretty myself up a little bit. And get a pen. There we go. So basically you want to figure out what you want to do for the month, and you want to write it down. And after you write it down, you figure out how much of each item you need. And you figure out the price. And you figure out how much it'll cost each time you have that meal, basically. Or there's different ways to do it, but that's what I'm gonna try to go for, I think. Strawberry pound cake sent from Bath and Body Works. Yes. Very sweet smelling. We have visitors. Lipstick. Okay. So that's on. Don't need to deal with that no more. So I wrote down my meal plan for at least a week. It's for at least a week. It's this is what it is. Okay. I got all discombobulated. I'm just shuffling papers. Okay. Sunday, breakfast. You want to do breakfast and you want to do lunch. So breakfast is breakfast sandwich and hash brown. Lunch is hamburgers, fries, and veggies. And then fries with ranch. You know, the fries with ranch. Because I don't like fries with veggies, or veggies with ranch, but I like fries with ranch. Monday, parfait, lunch, salad and sandwich and crackers. Salad and a sandwich and crackers. Wow, sometimes I write things in proper grammar. Breakfast is perfect. Tuesday, I work that day, so this probably will be the next day on Wednesday, but avocado, bagels for breakfast, which I can make that for breakfast on that day. Lunch, fried chicken, potatoes, and gravy, which will probably be for dinner. Wednesday, breakfast is jelly toast and an egg. Lunch is sandwich, fries, veggies, and ranch. I need to figure out what sandwiches I want to do. That's another thing. Like, you can make different types of sandwiches. Thursday is breakfast sandwich and fries. Lunch is chef salad and bread and butter. Chef salad is like lettuce, ham slices, like lunch meat ham, olives, cheddar cheese shredded. You can put bell peppers on there or jalapenos, but generally those aren't on there. There's croutons you can put on there. Oh, the onions and tomatoes. So that's on there. Friday is breakfast, bacon and eggs and toast. Lunch is tacos and nachos. Saturday, breakfast, apple pie and lunch, homemade pizza and salad. So the thing about the pizza is that I have to start that in the morning or the day before, the dough, and then I make that in the evening on the next day. So, yeah. Oh, yes. So, yep. And on the days I work, I need to, like, do it for the next day or prepare it the day before and then take it out and either thaw it or unfreeze it or cook it. But I can't cook it at work, I don't think. I'm not going to do that. So, what we have for that is I wrote down the ingredients I need for all of those dishes on here. And it looks like a lot, but this is actually just 1 week. These are all the ingredients for 1 week. If you're ever wondering, it is a lot. So we've got Sunday sandwich or breakfast sandwiches and hash browns. The hash browns are like frozen and they come in these little square hash brown things that you would get like at McDonald's or something, but they come at Walmart. I thought that was cool. And then the breakfast sandwiches are basically the same thing you get at McDonald's. Monday, berries, yogurt, nuts, coconut, whipped cream. So for the parfait, you combine the coconut, nuts, and sugar, and I need to write that on there. I forgot to write that. On the pantry, brown sugar. Sugar, brown sugar, brown sugar, and butter. And then salt. You combine coconut, nuts, oats, which I have oats already. And then you've got, I think you put a little bit of flour in. No, I usually don't put flour in because it's not the best for it. But nuts, coconut, butter, oats, brown sugar, and salt. And we've got our crumble for the parfait. And then you put that interchangeably with yogurt, berries, and whipped cream on the top. Or you can put whipped cream in the middle if you wanted to. Now you can do like a different situation than yogurt for the parfait. It's like cream mixed with something, which I have cream, so that would be probably best if I do that. But yeah, you just mix it up and put it together and layer it, and it's really cool. Tuesday, avocado toast. So we've got bagels, avocados, basil, tomatoes, and lime juice. I love basil on my avocado toast, so that's a must. Otherwise, I probably won't eat it because I really like basil on it. Salt. I'm gonna put salt on everything. And Wednesday we've got toast, jelly, butter, and eggs. And we're gonna hard boil the eggs. Hard boiled. And just get water in a pan, put the eggs in, heat up the mixture Or you heat up the mixture first and then put the eggs in, and then you wait like 10 to 20 minutes and then take them out. Like around 13 minutes is usually ideal. Depends on the type of egg, because egg yolks, when they are yellow, they're not as good as ones that are orange. Orange egg yolks are really best. Yeah, I can make bread, and I'll need to do that on Thursday, I think. Not this Thursday, but Monday, Wednesday. I'll need to do that before the weekend. I think this week I can do it on Sunday. So, make bread, we need to schedule like a bread making day so I can make bread for the week, put it in the freezer, take it out and thaw it for when I need it. Like for the breakfast sandwiches, I can make that by just doing eggs, sausage patty, or bacon, or both. Cheese slice, American cheese slice. I think I'm gonna put that on there. I really like American cheese. American cheese slices. And then you've got your bread, or you can do a bagel or a croissant. Croissants are actually really not that hard to make. They're just hard to perfect. Yes, they're hard to perfect. Okay, we've got breakfast sandwich and french fries for Thursday. So we've got to either cut potatoes and put them in the freezer after frying them once, or we've got to buy french fries, which it would be easier to buy french fries, but not very cost efficient. So I'll need potatoes for that. Yep, we got potatoes on there. And I'll need Ziploc bags. So I'm going to write items needed. Ziploc bags, labels, and Sharpies. I need labels and Sharpies because otherwise I will forget when things are in there and then I'll just throw it away. So, Friday is bacon, eggs, and toast. I'll need to get bacon. That's on there. Then we've got lunch for each of those days. So we've got like hamburger meat, spices, fries, carrots, and ranch. Or you can do celery and ranch, but carrots are tastier. So, so I need like 2 pounds of hamburger, because I think there's something else with hamburger. Yeah. Tacos. Tacos can either have hamburger or steak, and I want to get both. I want to get 2 things of hamburger meat, one for later and one for now, because it's just smarter to do it that way. Spices. We need to figure out what kind of spices we want to put in there too. Fries. You can cut up those potatoes. Take those out. I think I need 2 bags of potatoes. Times 2 or 3. Then we've got carrots. Did we get carrots in there? Yeah, we did. Yep, we did. Fries. Ranch. What's more refrigerator? I don't know. Okay, we need lettuce, tomatoes, onions, herbs, crackers, bread, and lunch meat for Monday's lunch, which is salad, sandwich, and crackers. So we'll either need to make bread for that and have that on hand, or we need to buy bread. Which I think I am buying bread. So we either need flour and all the ingredients, or we need just bread. So you tell me which one's cheaper. I don't know. If you buy the ingredients, you can get more of it for a smaller price than you would buy the same amount with the just buying the product. But do you really need that much? Do you really need that much right now? So that's the question. Which one will save you money now and in the long run? So lunch on Tuesday is chicken, batter, flour, eggs, and spices, oil, potatoes, and gravy. So like fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and gravy. So we've got the gravy already. I can go through here, put gravy on there. Good, I didn't, because I have gravy. I'm gonna put gravy over here and check it off so I know I have it. Okay. We've got bread, mayonnaise, lunch meat, cheese, slices, fries, carrots, and ranch for Wednesday's lunch, which is breakfast, chili toast, and egg. Breakfast, sandwich, fries, veggies, and ranch. I do that a lot. I like sandwiches. Okay, Thursday is breakfast, sandwich, fries, chef salad, bread, and butter. So Thursday we've got for lunch, we've got lettuce, tomatoes, olives, onions, shredded cheese, ham slices, bread, and butter. That, when I have just straight bread and butter, I usually try to make homemade bread for that, like a roll or something. But you can just get a slice of bread from the store. And then you have to have like the right bread for the sandwich too. Like long rolls of bread. You can get that from Jimmy John's if you go there. It's pretty neat. Like day old bread, but it doesn't last too long, you know. Taco shells. Okay, so Friday is tacos and nachos. So I got taco shells, hamburger or steak, cheese, beans, lettuce, onions, chips, and nacho cheese sauce. Or I will make a nacho cheese sauce if I cannot find the one I like. Because I'm very specific about my nacho cheese sauce. So Saturday, we've got breakfast, apple pie, sugar, spices, crust, flour, shortening, and salt, and apples. I forgot apples. Apples. I think this pen's running out. No, not yet. Okay, breakfast for a second Saturday would be smoothie, berries, ice cream, sugar, whipped cream, hard-boiled egg, granola, and milk. So that's kind of a big breakfast, but we've got smoothie, berries, ice cream, sugar, whipped cream. Smoothie is the type of thing it is. Berries, ice cream, sugar, whipped cream, that goes into a smoothie. And then on the side, we would have a hard-boiled egg, a bowl of granola, and milk. So for lunch, we've got Saturday one lunch is the homemade pizza. So we need, and a salad. So we need pizza dough, tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, toppings, cheese sticks. If you want a stuffed crust, you need to get cheese sticks, roll that on the side. Then for the salad, we need lettuce, tomato, onions, Parmesan cheese, salt, and then dressing. Dressing, or you make dressing, but you can just buy dressing, so I need Italian dressing. I like Italian dressing, that's my favorite. Not French, not anything, but dressing. And then we've got mac and cheese and a salad for the second Saturday lunch. So we've got cheese, flour, milk, pasta, salt, ham. Then we've got for the salad lettuce, tomato, onion, and bacon. So I think I do want to put one of those meats in the salad and then one of them in the mac and cheese, because personally, I like meat in things. It's healthy for you. It is healthy for you. So I'm gonna make sure I have bacon on there, yep, because that's on there several times. Then we go back and count how much is in each one and put the amount next to it. Got breakfast sandwiches. I think that's on there twice, so I'm going to put ×2. Yogurt ×1. We'll only need one container for that. Whipped topping ×2 for the apple pie and for the parfait. Butter ×3 or 4 packages. So that's like 2 cups in each package of butter, real butter. Ranch ×1. Sliced cheese. We need let me skip that one for now. Shredded cheese ×2 packages. Whole milk 1 gallon. I'm gonna say I need a whole gallon. Cheese sticks 1 package. Parmesan cheese 1 container. I usually put the ounces on there, but I don't know how many ounces that container is. American cheese slices 1, 2, 2 times packages. Let's go to the meat. We need eggs for, let's just say we are making the breakfast sandwiches. 1. Let's say we have an egg on Tuesday, so 2. 3 for Wednesday. 4 for Thursday. 5 for Friday. 6 for lunch on Tuesday. 7 for I'm not sure if you put 1 in mac and cheese. You might not. I might need to look up a recipe for the apple pie, but for the dough, I don't think you put eggs in there. You might in some recipes. Let's Let's say we need one more. I'm not sure what for, but we need one more. So we need at least 1 dozen extra. I have 1 dozen already, but we need another dozen. 1 dozen more bacon. We need that for 1, 2. Let's just say we put bacon on our thing on Tuesday, 3 Thursday, 4 Friday, 6 for Sunday, again for lunch, 7 for Monday for sandwich, 8 for Wednesday. Hold on. Yeah, 8 for Wednesday. That's the sandwich. Thursday. 8, 9. Was that 9? I forget what number I was at. Okay. Taco shells. Tacos. We don't need bacon for tacos. Even though it would be really good. Let's say I need 2 packages. Times 2 packages. I can make 2 packages last. Steak, we just need that for the tacos. So times 1 package, and you have to keep in mind how many people you're feeding as well. Hamburger meat times 2 pounds. LB is pounds. Lunch meat, we need ham, roast beef times 1 each. 1 each. Okay, so equaling 2. So we need chicken, 1 package should be sufficient because chicken is really good. And then ham lunch meat. Oh yeah, times 1 or 2. Now I'll circle how much I need later. Berries times 1 each, because I can freeze it and use it later. Avocados, 1 bag. Basil, 2 packages. Tomatoes, in question because I'm growing tomatoes. Lime juice. I have lime juice, so I'm going to check that off. Carrots times 1 package. Lettuce times 1 head. Greens for salad times 1 package. Potatoes is times 2 or 3. Olives canned times 4 cans. This is like a big grocery trip. So, you know. Apples times 1 package. This might be after later. Hash browns is times 1 package. French fries, let's see, times 4 packages. And you just go on, and I've got pantry items. So I have to see what I have for that. I know we don't have bagels. 1 toast times 1 bag. Jelly times 1 container. Spices for hamburgers. Let's say 5 kinds. Crackers times 1 package. Gravy. I have gravy. Mayonnaise. I have mayonnaise. Taco shells. And 1 package. Beans. I have beans. I need to soak them. Soak. Corn chips times 2 bags. Nacho cheese sauce. Or make, I don't know what size it is, so I'm not going to put an amount yet. Granola. Times 1. Not sure what that is exactly. Brown sugar. Times 2 bags. Almost done. 31, 42. Okay. Flour times 3. Yeast. Heavy salt times 1 or 2. Olive oil times 1. Italian dressing. See if I have it. Okay, so I got our whole week planned. So that would be this. This goes with this. And we gotta factor that into our money, which I'm not gonna get into all that right now. It'd take another hour to do that. But yeah, it's basically my budgeting for food, and it's a lot. It really is a lot, but it keeps me alive. And I always share my food with other people, usually. Like, these are big meals. These are big meals to plan for that I don't necessarily need to get everything for right now. So maybe I could prioritize it and just slim it down to like a couple meals and then re-go over the ingredients and write a new list. But this is just the master list right now, you know. Anyway, take care.